og velkommen til Hattrick Gegenpress. I dag har vi taget klubbens østrigske angriber, Marvin Egho, med som gæst. Velkommen. Welcome, Marvin.
Thank you.
It's
nice
in
to
English.
be here. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Nice of you to take your time.
Of course.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about last game against Viborg, and of course we're going to talk about the next game against AGF, but also a little bit about you. But we'll get there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Last time you played a 2-2 draw against Viborg, and that was quite a good result because the first half was very poor. Yeah. What are your views on that game?
Yeah, I mean, like now you mentioned it already. It was two different halves. The first one really bad, the second one really good. But yeah, it was a little bit tough because the whole week we spoke a lot that Viborg they will play a lot with the ball. We have to run a lot, and I think the focus was also a little bit too much on we run after them.
Yeah.
And somehow they started with some 2 goals fast, And then it's even harder when you play against teams like Deutschland, Viborg, Silkeborg. They want to have the ball a lot. When you're behind, it's really tough. So I give the whole team credit that in the halftime I felt there was this fire there that I could see. We had one game like Odense at home where we were 2-0 down, and then we came back. So I could feel the same energy, and then we just came out, and from the second half we just pressure, and had some players who had some good actions, and then good that we came back.
Yeah, but have you been talking in the squad and with the coaches about why was that your start to the game was like it was, and we were all over the place, and you were running?
Yeah, I mean, like in football, it's sometimes difficult to explain it like one by one. It's not like, okay, because you did this happened. Sometimes you come into the game, I could see everybody was motivated, we wanted to run, we were ready to put some extra work in there, but then you come out and you concede 1 goal, and of course everybody starts to think a little bit, you're a little bit on your back foot. Yeah. And then of course when you come out in the second half and you see now the action go to the goal and we shoot a lot of things, your leg is a little bit on the front foot, so everybody's pushing in front. Yeah. So in the first half, somehow because of this 1 goal happened, we created that everybody went a little bit back. We were this 1 second late always. Yeah. In the second half we were this 1 second in front of the other players. So it's difficult to say what was the main reason, but like a mix of maybe like confidence and But yeah, sometimes it happens in football. Yeah. But it should not happen too many times.
No.
Because you're not always coming.
Hopefully not. Not. But as we said, you managed to rescue a draw 2-2, and the second half was much better. What was the turning point for you to get back in the game?
I mean, of course, you have to say also that the coaches did a good job because they changed 3 players. Not that the first 3 players the sub was the problem, but they changed 3 players and changed the formation, so it suited us a little bit better in the second half. You could see we went from 4-3-3 to 4-4-2. Yeah. And this helped somehow that we could pressure a little bit better, and then also you have to give Anker and Simon and Björn, those 3 players, credit. When they came in, they also gave us a little bit of extra life. And just like I said, when you have 1 good action, you are motivated more for the next good action. And it goes. And Viborg, now they switch a little bit. Okay, they are coming. We go a little bit back, and we go in front. So it's a little bit like a tactic game where in the second half it just worked way better.
Yeah. Okay. But why is there such a big difference for you as a striker if you play 4-4-2 or 4-4-3? What's the main difference for you?
Depends always like how the other team do it. I mean, like you can play 4-3-3 and have a good pressing, and you can have 4-4-2 and have a good pressing. But it depends. In this case, Viborg, the center defenders, they play it like really wide. Yeah. So when you play 4-3-3, I'm alone in the middle. Yeah. And then it's a longer way from center defender to center defender. And if I have to cover this alone, then it's, of course, if they are calm on the ball and they have a good passing movement right now, it's hard to pressure. Yeah. And when you play 4-4-2, let's say now Philip is next to me, we can go both to the center defenders, the wingers can go both to the wing backs, and it's more man against man. Yeah. So you come better into it. But at the same time, when 4-3-3, the middle is more closed. So if you play, for example, against Copenhagen or Midtjylland, where you expect they are dominant with the ball, when you use 4-3-3, you're stable in the middle, it's hard for them to come to our box. But yeah, sometimes it works in the beginning, sometimes it works if you switch in the halftime, but those are the details behind it. Yeah. But did Viborg surprise you then? Were you expecting
that you needed to be strong in the middle. And
exactly. Because we know when you watch a little bit, and also our coaches, we go to the video analyze, and they always see, okay, what is Viborg's best weapon, and they and a lot of people think that the middle is the biggest weapon. So if you cover the middle and you play them 1-against-1 there, they have more problems. Because I think also the first game I remember when they played against Midtjylland, you could see Midtjylland played 4-3-3, and they had a lot of problems there. But I think it all changed a little bit when they scored the first goal. You know, then it's like also a little mental thing. Because then you're a little bit late, like they are a little bit more confident and they pass even better. So that was maybe the surprise about this game, but we knew
But is it hard for you as players to switch between the formations? Because the standard formation for Randers FC is 4-4-2, standard. But sometimes 4-3-3. But is it difficult for you to switch how you do the pressing and so on?
I mean, like at the end of the day, it's still mental and how much you are willing to put in. I mean, of course, you can have all the formation, you can have the best formation on paper for Randers, but if I don't sprint, the next guy don't sprint, it will never look good, you know? Or if the other team has a better formation for the system, they will look better. But like in the last years, and I think when I came to Randers, this was now almost 5 years ago, it was 4-4-2 all the time. So we managed to only play this. Exactly. So now, in the last 2.5 years, we created also that we can play with 5 in the back and this 4-3-3 system. So the Thomasberg worked in the last 2 years. If you follow Randers a little bit longer, you see that they try to put this in. So we know already what we have to do in this system. Of course, I think we are the most confident in 4-2-2 because we all know it, you know, exactly what to do. But on 4-3-3 and when you play with 5 in the back, in some games it just works perfect because you feel like, okay, against Brøndby, for example, every time we play with 5 in the back, somehow it worked for us. And then but we know how to run when he changed the system.
Okay. You actually scratched a little bit into what we're going to talk to next. Because as you said, you've been in Randers since the summer 18, almost 5 years. And that's perhaps is not so natural that a player from abroad stays at a foreign club for so long. So why is that the case here? Why is it such a happy marriage between you and Randers FC?
And to be honest, like when I came like almost 5 years ago, I thought like, okay, I will be here 1 year, see. But then normally in football, especially if you're a striker, either you go one step up or you go one step down. It depends how your next 2 seasons go. But somehow I have to say, like, it really feels like a second home. Actually, I also bought an apartment in Denmark, and not only rent one because I feel like it's my second home now. My wife and we're expecting soon a baby. So we really
congratulations.
Thank you. So we really, it's just such a nice city, nice place. Nice country, and the people here in this club is like, it's special because I've been in a lot of clubs before in Austria, in Slovakia, and now in Denmark, and you cannot compare them because it really feels like a family. And then my situation was always like, I never had like the craziest season that you say like, okay, there was one club who paid you millions and you think like, okay, you need to do this step. But I also never played a season where I say like, hey, this guy is completely garbage and you cannot use them. We had some success, we won the cup and all those things with those people here. It created this that I'm just happy that I have the chance to be in a kind of club like this for this long time. But
why do you think it is that it feels like a second family to you? So what's the deal with that? Why is that?
I mean, like people from outside, if you're not in this club, maybe you don't know exactly. But when you take like people like Søren, Thomasberg, Rasmus, Tobias, the fitness coach, all the whole staff, Ralf and all these guys, doesn't matter who you talk to, he will always have like an ear for you. You can talk with him. And in other clubs, you have like the sports director. He's the boss. He showed this. He's a little bit colder. You cannot talk so much with him. The coach, okay, is stricter. When you make one mistake, hey, you sit out, and they don't talk really with you. And here you feel just like, doesn't matter with who you talk, from up to down, everybody is open for you, you know? Everybody, also our players in the dressing room. If you come from another club inside, we take you with warm hands, say like, hey, welcome, and you can direct feel this. And I think it's special. And if you have the chance, like I have it, and it's a good thing for me to stay in a club like this for a long time. It's just a good thing for your career.
Football wise, how do you see that Randers FC has developed football wise? As you said it yourself, there's been some success. The cup was won and so on, and we've been in the top 6 a couple of years. But also in the
style.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how do you see the development?
I think you see a big development, and also that it always goes like from year to year a little bit better. I mean, when I came, I know the year before I came, I was not there, but I heard from a lot of people it was chaos. It almost went down. So you could see that the club has a little bit fear about like, okay, do we have enough money? Can we stay in the league? And all this. So the first year I felt a little bit was like, okay, secure the league, stay a little bit safe. Stabilize. And from there on, when we made this first year, and it was close, I remember when we played this game in bl.a. for Europe League, we could see we were close to top 6 and everything was really close. So from there on, I felt that the dressing room, everybody said, like, okay, now we could see we can stay in the league. Let's have bigger goals. And of course, when they put in this system with this top 6 model, it was not at the beginning there. They changed this after. So then everybody had this goal somewhere, this target. Okay, let's come into the top 6. And with the coach and everybody, like I said now, of course, you brought a little bit more quality also from players in. But you could see from year to year there was more quality. And if you go to this stage now where we are right now, I think there is no team in the league where we really fear them, even away or home. And I think this is the biggest difference. When I arrived, this was always like Midtjylland away, we get nothing. Copenhagen away, we will not get anything. Nordsjælland away will be really tough. Everybody had this mindset. But now when you go to Parken, you saw how often we won there. You say, okay, maybe 1 point, and it's possible that we get 3 points. And I think if you can get this mindset in the whole team, this makes a big difference. Sometimes like Real Madrid, when they go to Champions League, everybody say like, they are so good in the Champions League, they do this. So everybody has this in their head, and this happens after. And I think this is the biggest thing. What I feel is that we all believe we come to top 6. We think it's a bad way if we don't come to top 6, or a bad feeling. So if you have this in your stomach, in your body, then you also play like this, And I think from like you said, like from the style wise, I think we had so many good players in these last years, like Greve, Vito, Pisi, they all left now. But I mean, like, and even if they leave and they're good players, we bring new good players in. From the youth players come up. So I see Randers with a bright future, and that's nice to see.
Perfect. And also lately you've been wearing the armband. You've been the captain after Lauenborg's unfortunate injury, of course. But
of course.
But you've been wearing the armband. How does that change your approach to things, or does that suit you well?
Of course, like I mean, like for me personally, still Björn is the captain of the team, of course. And like you said, Lauenborg was injured. But of course, it shows me also that these 5 years I'm here in the club, they also see something in me, and it makes me just proud to be in the position that they say like, okay, you're the captain while they are not here. So it's a good thing. But to be honest, like, I don't know, maybe you heard from other players, or the character who I am normally is like, I'm not the captain, because I like to be with everybody, like a little bit nice, bring good mood in the dressing room, create like a good feeling. And the captain sometimes also have to be like a little bit hard, say like, hey, it's a line out there. And if I would be now the main captain, of course, maybe I can make it in a different kind of style. But if I see a captain, it's for me like people like, when you say like, okay, this is not enough. You have to do it like this, So it's an honor, and it's really nice. And every time, I can be a captain, it would be a good feeling. But me personally, I don't think I'm the captain. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. But you'll do it your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. Marvin, there's 2 games left before we go top 6 or bottom 6. And it's been 5 finals in these games, 5 finals, and now there are 2 left, and next one is Monday against AGF. And what I've heard is that it's almost sold out on the stadium.
Exactly.
Does that put any extra pressure on you, or is that only good for you?
That it's sold out, or you
that
mean
it's sold out? That there's a lot of people cheering, and
I mean, it will 100% motivate us. It will help us for sure. But of course, in the build-up to the game, it's maybe a little bit more pressure for some players who have not been in this situation so many times. I think we have so many players who played the cup final, AGFs in the playoff before, where it was sold out. Some big games. I hope, and I think for those experienced players, it will be a total push and not like a little bit like a pressure thing. But maybe for some young players it could be a pressure situation. But I think also you need those kind of games to learn from this, okay, and enjoy football. But yeah, it will be a little bit.
Yeah, more. But do you notice that if there are any of the young players who need a little bit of a comforting hand or like something like that?
Yeah, I mean, like a little bit. Maybe you can see this, and then of course the coaches on the players next to them, they will always talk with them. But this you never know, because when you go into the game and you're a young player and your first 3 touches they're perfect, your game will get better and better because the fans will say like, he played good, he made this action good, and you play better. But the problem is often that now you make a bad action. And then of course the fans of the stadium, because it's so full, they react on it. And I think a young player can directly say, okay, now I take it simple, or I'm a little bit nervous, and then he makes even more mistake. And in this situation, I hope that as a team we can say like, hey, come on, next one he can get it out, and this will be a big part. Yeah,
okay. But what will be important for Randers FC to win the game against AGF? Because we need a win. In this tight league, we need a win.
Yeah, I mean, like important. Like I think also you have to give credit to AGF, because I think this season they were also really stable and have a strong team. So I mean, like when you look at the history, you have to a little bit remind our history that we're normally always good against AGF, and this also gives me the biggest confidence that I know, okay, against AGF we are always good. But yeah, like confidence and have some good action at the beginning, get the stadium behind you, because like we spoke now what happened in the Viborg game, as more good action we have, the stadium will be louder, we will go a little bit more in front, and AGF will drop a little bit more back, they will feel this, and then I think this the main way to win this game, because in football wise, we are like even teams, where everybody has qualities, but I think in this game the mentality will be a big part.
Yeah, so it will be important to be aggressive.
And just
go for the win.
Get some momentum for your side, and create this.
Yeah, so is that the first hard tackle, or how do you see it?
How I personally view it, in every game, like let's say for example there comes a cross in, and I jump up and I head it, and it goes close next to the goal, It's maybe not a goal, but the whole stadium is like, and they're shouting a little bit. And if you get this feeling, you want one more of this, but next time in the goal, and everybody will feel this and say like, okay, when I slide and the stadium shouts because I win this slide, the next time I want to do it again, and this you need to create that. It's just a fire atmosphere.
Perfect. And can we expect some goal from you?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, like normally the history when I look also against AGF, it's always a team where it normally fits me. I like to play against them, and I will put everything in. And even if I don't score, I hope that somebody else next to me scores. I just want to win this game.
A win, that's a must.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Marvin. That will be all for now.
Perfect.
The best of luck for the remaining 2 games, and also on your personal front. The best of luck.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Det var alt for Hattrick for nu. Vi ses en anden god gang. Hej.